What's up, guys? Prince Sports here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. All right, man. I want to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers, okay? Now, you know they came up short this season. A lot of people predicted them to win the championship. I was one of them. I was one of those people that said they was going to win the championship. I thought they had a better bench. I thought they had a complete team, you know. But comes to find out, they had too much egos and not enough team basketball, too much ISO basketball. So I came down to the conclusion, if they couldn't win the championship this season, even though they blow a 3-1 lead, could they be a championship contender with that same roster? And to me, I wouldn't risk it. I'd kind of blow it up a little bit. I'd keep Kawhi Leonard, keep Patrick Beverly and all them guys. I would go out and get a point guard that can pass, a pass first point guard, and let Pat Bev become strictly off the bench. But with that being said, I would trade Paul George. And here's a guy I trade Paul George for. None other than Andrew Wiggins and that number 2 draft pick. And as you can see on top of it, that's a perfect scenario for both teams. Now, if the Clippers could get their hands on Andrew Wiggins, a guy that averages 21 points a game, same thing as Paul George in the regular season, 21 points a game, and when you go into the playoffs, you won't get the toxic pandemic peak because we know he comes up short in the playoffs. So why not give another guy a chance? Give Andrew Wiggins a chance. He can't be any worse than what Paul George did. You know, missing shots off the backboard and clanking and disappearing. You know, so why not give Andrew Wiggins a chance? They average the same amount of points. Then on top of that, you get the number 2 draft pick. Okay, and that number 2 draft pick could be none other than this guy, Anthony Edwards. Okay, why not get Anthony Edwards, who's I think is gonna be a number 1, a first team all rookie, and he's gonna be a candidate for rookie of the year. You know, he's gonna come out the gate playing good, if you ask me, and he has so much potential. So why not get a young stallion and Anthony Edwards, Andrew Wiggins, and Kawhi Leonard with a solid supporting cast with all those pieces you get. If you could resign them, you have Montrezl Harrell, you have Pat Bev, you have all those same guys, but mine is Paul George. That's a perfect fit. Then you got the Golden State Warriors. They get strictly Paul George, but Paul George won't become their second option. They won't need him. He could become a strictly third option, which he should be. So you have your big 3, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Paul George. And there's no reason why Steph Curry should be taking the backseat to Paul George. He's a 2-time MVP. Neither should Klay, you know, because Klay can shoot, and Klay actually shows up in the playoffs. He don't have a track record of disappearing like Paul George. So why not make Paul George a third option? He'd be perfect for a third option. He's a good defensive player, which the Warriors need. So pick up Paul George. You have Paul George at the 3, Draymond at the 4. You go and get the center. Then you have Steph Curry and Klay at your 1 and 2. That's a perfect scenario for the Golden State Warriors. You know, it's perfect for them. You know, and the Clippers get a good advantage in this too. So I think no team's losing this trade. It's a perfect trade if you ask me. And with 3 options that could score, you know, 3 guys that could get their own shot off, it makes Kawhi Leonard fit in his spot perfectly as being the number 1 alpha for the Los Angeles Clippers. Then you could have either Anthony Edwards or Andrew Wiggins be your second and third options of scoring, which is perfect, you know? So imagine that lineup. You know, you pit Anthony Edwards at the 2, go out and get yourself a true point guard, let's say, or at least a scoring point guard, you know, a scoring point guard a little better, you know, not just a fully defensive-minded point guard. Let's just say you get Derrick Rose. So you get Derrick Rose, because he's been rumored to a lot of teams. So let's just say you get Rose, Anthony Edwards, that's your backcourt. Kawhi Leonard at the 3. Okay, hold up. That's a little confusing there because Kawhi Leonard and Andrew Wiggins play the same position. So maybe move Kawhi to the 2 and let Wiggins be your 3, and maybe you don't need Anthony Edwards at the 4. He'll be an undersized 4. So they will have a little situations to work with that. Somebody will have to move out of pocket, move into a different position. Kawhi Leonard could definitely move to the 2 guard, and you could just go with your 3 and 4 with Anthony Edwards and Andrew Wiggins. That'd be a little spoiled 3 and 4, but you could get away with it. You definitely could get away with it. But anyway, that's the perfect scenario for both teams. Prince Sports out. Peace.